Most motorcycles follow the same formula: two wheels, one engine, a design we've seen for decades. But what if someone decided to break that formula completely? Not three wheels, but four. This machine looks like something between a superbike and a supercar. Wide stance, aggressive bodywork, and a design that makes normal motorcycles look outdated. At first glance, you might think it's just another concept. But the moment you see it move, you realize this thing is built very differently. So the question is, did someone just reinvent the motorcycle? Because this four-wheel beast might actually change everything. The first thing that hits you when you see this machine is the stance. It doesn't sit like a motorcycle. It sits low, wide, and planted, almost like a performance sports car. Instead of balancing on two wheels, this machine spreads its weight across four massive performance tires. Two in the front, two in the rear, and that single change completely transforms the riding experience. Because suddenly, you're not balancing anymore. You're driving something far more stable. The front end alone tells you this machine means business. Sharp lines, aggressive bodywork, and futuristic LED lighting that looks like it belongs on a concept supercar. The headlights stretch across the front like glowing blades, giving the entire vehicle a presence that's impossible to ignore. Even standing still, it looks fast. But once you start looking closer, the design becomes even more interesting. The body panels aren't just for style. They're carefully sculpted for aerodynamics. Air flows through channels along the sides, reducing drag and keeping the vehicle stable at higher speeds. This kind of design is something you normally see in high-performance sports cars, not motorcycles. And that's exactly what makes this machine so fascinating. It blends two completely different worlds: the freedom of a motorcycle and the stability of a car. But to really understand what makes this machine special, we need to talk about the size, because it's much bigger than a normal motorcycle. The overall length is estimated at around 2.9 to 3.1 meters. That means it's almost as long as a small car. The width is even more surprising. With its wide dual-wheel front setup, the machine stretches to roughly 1.6 to 1.7 meters wide. That wide stance dramatically improves stability, especially when cornering at high speed. The height sits around 1.3 meters, keeping the center of gravity low for better control. Then there are the wheels, and they're massive. The front wheels are estimated at around 18 to 19 inches, while the rear wheels are even larger at roughly 20 inches. Wrapped in wide, low-profile performance tires, the setup gives the vehicle incredible grip on the road. That means stronger braking, sharper cornering, and far more confidence when riding aggressively. Ground clearance sits at around 140 millimeters, low enough to look sporty, but high enough to handle real-world roads. Now, let's talk about what really matters to most riders: performance. Machines in this category usually run powerful touring engines between 1200 cc and 1600 cc. That kind of engine can deliver anywhere between 110 and 160 horsepower, along with strong torque designed for highway cruising. And because this vehicle sits on four wheels with a wide track, all that power can be delivered to the road much more efficiently, which means acceleration feels incredibly smooth. Estimated 0 to 100 kilometers per hour comes in at roughly 4.5 to 5 seconds. That's faster than many sports cars. Top speed is expected to reach somewhere between 200 and 220 kilometers per hour. More than enough for highway performance. But raw speed isn't the only focus here. This machine is also designed for touring, which means comfort and range are just as important as performance. The fuel tank is estimated to hold about 22 to 25 liters. With an average fuel consumption of around 14 to 17 kilometers per liter, the total riding range could reach 350 to 400 kilometers on a single tank. That makes it perfect for long highway journeys. And once you sit inside the cockpit, the touring focus becomes even more obvious. Instead of the aggressive forward-leaning position of a superbike, the rider sits in a relaxed, upright position. Wide handlebars, comfortable seat cushioning, and enough space to ride for hours without fatigue. In front of the rider sits a fully digital dashboard. Bright, modern, packed with information. Speed, RPM, navigation, ride data. Everything is displayed in a clean, futuristic interface. Some models in this category even include Bluetooth connectivity and smartphone integration, allowing riders to access calls, music, and navigation directly from the display. And then there's something most motorcycles simply can't offer: storage space. Behind the passenger seat sits a large touring compartment capable of holding luggage or travel gear, which means this machine isn't just built for speed, it's built for adventure. The suspension system also plays a huge role in how this machine performs. At the front, the dual-wheel setup uses an independent double wishbone suspension. This allows each wheel to respond individually to bumps and road imperfections. That kind of system is commonly found in high-performance cars, and it makes the ride far smoother and more controlled. The rear suspension works together with dual shock absorbers to keep the vehicle balanced during acceleration and cornering. Braking performance is equally impressive. With 4 wheels gripping the road, braking force can be distributed much more effectively. Large ventilated disc brakes provide powerful stopping performance, supported by modern safety systems like ABS braking, traction control, electronic stability assistance, all of which help maintain control even in difficult riding conditions. But perhaps the most fascinating thing about this machine isn't the engine, or the speed, or even the futuristic design. It's what this vehicle represents. For over 100 years, motorcycles have followed the same basic formula: 2 wheels, lean into corners, balance at every stop. It's a design that has worked incredibly well. But innovation often begins with a simple question: what if we tried something different? Machines like the Polaris Slingshot and the Can-Am Spyder RT already showed the world that alternative designs could be incredibly fun. But this 4-wheel concept pushes the idea even further. More aggressive, more luxurious, more futuristic. So will 4-wheel motorcycles replace traditional bikes? Probably not. 2-wheel motorcycles will always have a special place in the world of riding. But vehicles like this show that the future of mobility doesn't have to follow old rules. Sometimes innovation happens when someone decides to build something completely unexpected. And when you look at this machine from the front, its wide stance, its glowing headlights, its massive performance wheels gripping the road, you can't help but wonder if this is the beginning of something bigger. Because if designs like this continue to evolve, the line between motorcycles and sports cars might start to disappear. And if that happens, this 4-wheel beast might really be the machine that started it all.